Arctic blast making its way through the Midwest. It could freeze out some of those Republican hopefuls in Iowa looking to make one last appeal to voters before Monday's First in the Nation caucus. Emily has been covering this for us. We'll check in with Emily Finn on the ground in just a little bit. But White House columnist for The Hill, Niall Stanage, also in Iowa, and you are safely inside from your hotel, it looks like.
My balmy hotel room, Adrienne, yes, much more comfortable than being outside in these temperatures.
I was wondering how we were going to have this conversation with snow pounding you away in the face. But let's talk about the fact that you have been there on the ground. You've covered many a caucus. You were in the audience at events held both for DeSantis and Haley Thursday. So what was your takeaway? Is one candidate stronger than the other? Is one more battle-weary than the other?
So to the extent that you can extrapolate from a couple of events, it did seem to me that the DeSantis crowd was actually more energized, more up for these caucuses than Haley's was. And of course, we've seen Governor DeSantis have a couple of good debates, having been struggling for so long in his campaign. And we've seen Nikki Haley have a couple of gaffes, that idea that she said in New Hampshire that New Hampshire could correct Iowa's verdict. So there could be a little bit of late momentum for Governor DeSantis. Having said that, we are, after all, talking, apparently, about a battle for second place, Adrienne, given how wide former President Trump's lead is.
Speaking of Mr. Trump, he's planning 4 rallies in Iowa. All of the legal battles he's fighting has not deterred his popularity. Have you heard from Iowans there who are concerned about Mr. Trump winning re-election despite his dominance in the polls?
So the voters that I've been speaking to have said things like they would vote for Mr. Trump in a general election, but they're a little bit worried, many of them, as to whether he would be the strongest candidate, partly because of the reason that you mentioned, Adrienne, the legal challenges that he faces. Now, obviously, I was at DeSantis and Haley events, so that's a self-selecting audience that tends to be more skeptical of Trump. I will be at some of those Trump events this weekend. I imagine I'll get a very different telling of events from the people who show up to his rallies.
And were those events that you attended, were they populated? I mean, was there standing room only? Was it crowded, or was it less attended because of the weather? We've been talking about how Midwesterners, they know how to deal with the cold, but perhaps it has put some people, you know, they don't want to go outside and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that has had an effect. And one of the things that was noticeable yesterday was both Haley and DeSantis kidding about the weather, but sort of girding their supporters to come out in what will be very cold temperatures, even by Iowa standards. The Nikki Haley event was, I would say, modestly attended. I mean, it was okay, but it was the media were, I would say, about 40% of the total audience there. Okay. The DeSantis event had a little bit more life about it, was a bit more crowded. People seem to be sort of pouring in to see him a little bit more. Both those venues, though, a lot smaller than where we expect to see former President Trump at the weekend.
How does this particular weekend, I mean, you've covered 5 Iowa caucuses. How does this year's race compare to the previous cycles you've witnessed?
As is often the case when Mr. Trump is involved, it's sort of unprecedented, really, because he has this massive lead. Generally speaking, the Iowa caucuses are at least somewhat competitive when there's no actual incumbent running. I've seen very high drama on both sides here, Adrienne. Barack Obama beating Hillary Clinton back in 2008. Rick Santorum, shockingly or surprisingly to many people, beating Mitt Romney back in 2012. It seems unlikely we'll get a surprise of that scale. This focus on the second place battle does make these caucuses different from previous ones that I have witnessed.
Well, think about adjectives to describe what that means, because I would like to talk to you. Maybe I'll message you and we can discuss exactly how you would describe them in one word. Niall Stanage, enjoy the warmth of your hotel room. We appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.